Good evening, Facebook. Welcome to Synergy Success Network's weekly live session. My name is Mark Legg and I am one of the co-founders of Synergy alongside Gethin Jones. Gethin would normally do these weekly lives that we started last week, and he will be running them going forward at the same time every week. But fortunately for him, he is in Spain. So I'll be hosting tonight's event. A little bit about myself. So I have been in business for 12 years now. I had my first 7-figure business when I was 21. I started when I was 18. And today I have a group of construction businesses and a property investment business, and of course Synergy Success Network. So I have a lot going on. I've got quite a lot of experience. I have a lot of knowledge that I've gained over the years through forming businesses, buying businesses, scaling businesses. I've got lots of good experiences and lots of bad experiences. So like I say, I've had big wins and I've had big losses. But if I'm honest, today I look at them all as blessings. Through this, it's given me the experience to sit in the seat that I'm in today. So what do I do at Synergy? So today I am running. So we do our business discovery day events, which we've talked a lot about, but I'm not going to go into that today. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm currently doing at Synergy, and that is running a 90-day kickstart program where I work with other business owners that are generally small businesses, but they have aspirations to grow. Most of these businesses want to grow to sort of 7-figure businesses. They are all where I started, where generally they are the technician, so they're doing the business. They could be on the tools, they could be on the shop floor, they could be making products, and where they want to go is from the technician to the CEO, which is what our program's about. And what I mean by from the technician to the CEO, so that's maneuver yourself from working in the business to working on the business, where you get to oversee the business rather than being stuck in the thick of it. So in order to get to that position, there's steps that you have to follow. Now, what we have put together at Synergy is a 3-step coaching program. Now, this 3-step coaching program is divided into 3 sections. The most important and vital one is knowing your numbers. Number 2 is systems and processes. And number 3 is people. Firstly, looking at yourself, looking at the other people within your business, or the people that you need in your business. But like I say, you have to follow that step. So you've got to know your numbers. You've got to know when you can afford to take these people on, at what points of your growth plan, what systems and processes you need, and then the people that operate the systems and the processes. So at the moment, I'm working on phase 1 and 2 with 6 businesses. I start the program with planning. So we look at their vision, what each individual business, what they want. So we look at what they want in 5 years' time. We look at what the vision is for the business, but then we start working on the numbers. So in terms of what their turnover is going to be, what their net profits that they're looking to get from the business, the amount of staff that they want, and importantly, what they're actually looking to do with the business. So what is their exit strategy? Is it a business that they're building to sell? If it's a business that they're building to sell, then there's a process that we've got to go through to get it sellable. If it's a business that they want to build to work without them, then we need to build the systems and the people in place that can run the business so you can move away and do other things. Or if it is, it might be a lifestyle business. There you simply want the income to buy nice things, and that's absolutely fine. What I recommend, because we work with the 5-year plan and then we work backwards from that, so we have the 5-year plan, the end in mind, and then the next process I do is to actually get them to look at a 12-month plan. So it's a lot easier for people short term to go, this is where we project we're going to be in 12 months, and then we put a strategy in place, of a growth strategy that will get them from where they are within 12 months to where they need to go in 5 years. But most importantly is what they do with that profit. That's what matters to me. So at the end of the day, as a business owner, you put yourself in a position where you have lots of added responsibilities. There are lots more stress, lots more risk and stuff like that. So you need the rewards. But it's important, so you get this profit at the end. What are you doing with it? So for me, what I recommend, and something I started doing 5 years ago, is that you invest the profits. Now, there's various places that you can invest it. There's lots of different asset classes. I've tried quite a few. I have tried stocks and shares, commodities, forex, cryptocurrencies, but the best performing asset class for me is property, and that's why the familiar saying is safe as houses. Yeah, so we know that the property industry, the property market fluctuates. Yes, it can go up and it can go down, but if we look at the history over the last 85 years, it has doubled every 10 years. So by investing into property, what that actually does is, through the capital growth, so the money that you put into your property is growing year on year. On an average, in my local area in Portsmouth, I think we experienced growth of 8.2% last year. So if you take the compounding effect into place, within 10 years, your investment should double, and it will average out to 10% per year. So with that in mind, we then start to look at, okay, so if we're going to be investing from, it could be year 1, could be year 2, where are we going to be with those investments using the profits? Some profits you need to retain in the business for growth, if you're looking to grow organically and not raise investment into your business. So you will need to retain some profits that you can use for your cash flow as you grow. But what we're looking at is the building your investment pot up with your appreciating assets as they build year on year. As you start to gain equity, you can release the equity out of these properties and buy further properties. Where ultimately I advise our clients to get to, which is my plan, is that we have enough investments that generate us a passive income that exceeds our financial freedom figure. Now, let me tell you what that actually means. So let's say your personal expenditure was, say, £4,000 per month. You need £4,000 income to survive. Yeah. And let's say that each property, take away the capital growth, let's just look at the rental income on each property that you have. So the cash flow from that, so that's the rental income less the mortgages and expenses. Let's say that the cash flow was £400 per property. What that would mean is you would need 10 properties to match your financial freedom figure. Once you get 11 properties and you've exceeded that financial freedom figure, yeah, I'm just chucking these numbers out there for easy maths. What that actually means is, so when people say I want more time and freedom for having a business, well, if you're needed within that business, how are you getting more time and freedom? Yeah, because you need money to have more time and freedom. Whereas if you invest into assets that pay you a passive income, you can, in effect, choose whether you want to continue to work. So whether you want to go on holiday, whether you want to work part-time, the assets are working for you. So your money is working for you rather than you having to go and work for money. So that is the first part that I get our clients to understand. So once they understand, they have a clear clarity on their vision, clarity on what they want from their business, and they understand what to do with the profits in the business. So we go through that process. Then once we have that in place, we then start to we first work on financial forecasting. So they need to understand their numbers. So they know what they want. Yeah. Now we need to understand how we do the financial forecasting, and we manage that and get there. So what we do at the start of the program is we work with the businesses where if they are existing businesses, we may be using figures from the previous year. If they're not, then we've got to do a lot more forecasting, and we look at the clients that we're going to be serving, average sale, etc. But we need to come up with projections for the year. So we look at how much sales are we going to generate each month, yeah. And if your target was say, easy maths, £1.2 million turnover, and you look for, again, easy maths, you were going to be looking for sales of £100,000 per month, yeah, just to equate to the 1.2. So that's the sales figure. Then what we look at is the cost of sales, yeah. So that is cost of sales directly associated with, so if you're selling a widget, yeah, it's the cost of the materials for the widget, the cost of the labour that it took to put the widget together, the delivery for that widget, yeah. So that's direct cost of sales. Once you've got your sales figure, which we said was 100k, yeah, let's say that for easy maths that the cost of sales was 75k, then you've got 25k gross profit, which gives you 25% gross margin. So that's just your gross margins, yeah. That's the bit most businesses, small businesses, understand, but then they need to really understand their overheads. So then what we look to do is we take their current overheads to date, we put those into the sheet, but we also factor in some budgets for things we're going to need throughout the year, stuff you might not use today, but you may need it later in the year. So we put all of this in here, so they have budgets. Once they have the budgets in place, they can then make informed decisions. So we know what our cost of we know what our sales figures were that we were projecting. We know the cost of sales that we're projecting, because you should all know how much it costs to make your product or your service, so we should be able to project that. That gives you what your target margin is. Then once we've put the overheads in, we then look at your net profit. So that's the pit. That's the profit at the back end, yeah. Which generally, a lot of the businesses that we're working in, they may think that they're working with, they may think that they're making 25-30%, but if their overheads are too high, they might only be making small 2, 3, 4, 5%. Where some of our businesses, and they are all sort of industry specific. Some can maybe 10%, some maybe 20%. You wouldn't know that until you go through that exercise, but it's important that you know that. So we have our forecast in place. We can start to make informed decisions based on that, because we have budgets to follow. Then the next stage is that when we bring them in, because this is a new process, we do this through with the clients. When they come in each month into the Synergy training suite, we then look and digest their figures for the month, so which we'll get straight out of their accounting softwares, and then we put in the actuals, so we can actually see how is the business performing against the projections. Yeah, once we know how it's performing, we can then start to analyze if we need to change anything. Again, we may, if we're falling lower than our projections, we need to find out why. We need to do something about it. It may be that we're far exceeding them. If we're far exceeding them, we may be able to make an informed decision to accelerate our growth, because we can afford to do that because we've generated more income, more profit. So that is stage 1. And then stage 2 of finances is we will then be moving them on to cash flow management. Again, new and smaller businesses, they don't have these systems in place as generally. So once they understand financial forecasting, they understand their projections, they understand their gross profits, they understand their overheads, what their budgets are, and then what their net profits are, then we start to work on their actual cash flow management. So it's okay projecting that you're going to turn over X amount of sales. Can you afford to do it? Yeah. So we then implement a cash flow forecast into the business. The cash flow forecast simply starts with cash at bank. How much cash is in the bank on any given day? You may have credit facilities available that may enhance your working credit, if you like. But then simply we manage, so when's money coming in, when's money going out. This will identify whether, 1, we need to speed up the payments coming in. 2, we might need to look at slowing down the payments going out, which are the obvious ones. But also, it will highlight there may be times that you may need to inject cash into the business. So an example of that, you may have been offered a contract. The contract needs to be delivered in a short period of time. You can't afford to lose the contract, but your cash flow won't allow you to take it on. So therefore, and having these systems in place, we may be able to go and seek investment, whereas we go to an investor and we can put the case forward to them to say, this is what we were projecting, these are all of our budgets. You can see that we have robust systems in place. However, there is a shortfall in our cash flow, and that we would need a cash flow injection at this given period to generate X return. We're not at that stage with our clients at the moment, because that is phase 2. They are on a 90-day kickstart program, and this will be introduced to them and implemented into their businesses on their next training day, which is the 6th of October. So for the now, I work with these businesses on a weekly basis, where they have their long-term plans. They set their 90-day goals, which was most important to their business, which they wanted to achieve whilst on the program with Synergy, whilst we would be holding them accountable as well as their peers. They've got those 90-day goals, and then what we do is we set weekly objectives. We set these weekly objectives on a live video call. A video call where all the peers, so myself and the other 6 businesses, will be on a live call where each individual business owner will come and share their weekly objectives for the week ahead, and with the rest of their peer group. We will hold them to account. We will make sure that they are setting timestamps, the SMART goals, if you like, their timestamp, and the following week we will share their results, any challenges where they may need further support, and we'll hold each other accountable to achieve that. We are only into the 90-day program. We are only 3 weeks in, and I'm already getting massive results. The key for me is tangible results. There's none who don't chat shit, simple as that. We set goals, and we make sure that they're achievable, and I hold everybody account to it. And at the moment, I can clearly see week on week tangible results. They've already got some great testimonials out of them, out of the clients on the group, and we're being referred to others. So that's about it really for me. I hope you got some value from this video. I may have been talking a bit fast, or I may not have been too clear on the video. So if you do have any questions about anything I've just said, please do feel free to comment below or private message me if you like, and I will be delighted to assist with your inquiry, or maybe make things a bit clearer if it wasn't the first time round. Anyway, that's it for me today. I will be live again on Sunday. I will be with Gethin, and we will be sharing some news about what's going to be happening next week. What I would like to say is, if you did get value from this video, please like, comment and share. Also, please do go on to our website, which is www.synergy-success.net, and take a look at the services that we offer, the events that we have coming up. We have 2 Business Discovery Day events in October. These are normally at £197, and we are currently running an early bird discount through Eventbrite, whereas if you sign up before the end of September, it will only cost you £99. So again, that's it for me. Have a great evening all. Goodbye.